can't see it. Quiet now. Collective, these people aren't as slick as they think they are. So one of the things that these folks do in these community organized harassment programs, once they have managed to restrict the target enough to where they can have some kind of access, okay? Now let me talk about a little bit to do it ways that they, alternate ways that they do such a thing. So we already know that the target is the person's resources, their finances, their mobility, so that they could have some type of a forced access. Forced access would be even stuff like, okay, let's limit the person's mobility so that our people, by default, this person would have to rely upon the services that the public offers. And in that, we could bring in our people to be a part of that. Okay, that's how they do it as well. Restrict your mobility and freedom so that their toxic people could have access to you. So steal your EBT cards, your cards, so that you would be forced to have to shop on a certain site, so that their people can have access to your stuff, so they can continue to tamper with groceries. Oh, they're not as slick as they think they are. Hoping that you won't be paying attention to the groceries, hoping that you'll just grab the bags, not think twice, not look at it, was something tampered with, that they open a seal, a bottle, that they open the bread, that they open, because certain bottles have safety seals. Like, not everything has a safety seal on it, but the things that have a safety seal on it, thinking that you're not going to pay attention to any of that, okay? That you're just going to store it away, and then maybe that by the time you do, you don't remember whether or not you already opened it, because you kind of just grabbed it and you put it up. By the time you use it, you can't remember if you opened it, and so you're like, did I already open this? Well, see, the thing about folks like me, because of what we have gone through, we're checking things when they come in. Because of what we know we've been dealing with, there's no more casualty and laziness of just grabbing the bags and putting stuff away and just eating it. We're analyzing everything. The bags come, we're looking at them, we're seeing the vibe, we're taking pictures, we're looking inside the bags, we're individualizing every item and sitting it out and looking at it before we start to munching, before we start to put things away. So one of the things that these people do in this community, organized harassment, felony, these felons, because this is felon, this is criminal. Okay, this is not, I have a right to torture and harass and violate people because I don't trust them and I believe that they're getting away with something. Now, this is beyond personal business stuff. This is federally illegal. It is a criminal and civil. Okay? So, now, what do? They watch your patterns. They listen to the things that matter to you. So chances are they're going to target those very items in your groceries. When you're dealing with a community organized harassment program, they have restricted that person so that they could be forced to have to deal with them. That's a part of why they do that. Steal their cards. They'll be restricted to have to only shop at this place at least until they get another card. If they get another card, see if you can fuck with the mail to create an issue there. See, those are two things that they do. Oh, they don't know. They don't know yet. They're gonna know though. They gonna know. The hoes is gonna know, bitch. The niggas and the hoes, bitch. They ain't as slick as the fuck they think they are. See, once the target realized what's happening, they don't have the luxury of just lollygagging it anymore. They're analyzing everything that comes to their door. Before they touch, you hear me? Before they start eating and putting shit away and all that stuff, they fencing to take pictures, bitch. They fencing to grab the shit and individualize, take every incy vincy teeny weeny item out of the bag and look at it. Mary. Walmart shopper, Mary. African American, lighter skin complected, Mary. Da 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 ya da da do do do. Ah ha 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 ha. Ah ha ha ha. Hold the telephone. Da do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. La da da da. So as I said, once we have gone through enough poison attempts, situations where we have been poisoned and we've gotten sick from it, after you go through so many of those that seem unnatural, it's not a natural occurrence to constantly deal with that in an otherwise normal situation in life. That's not natural. Once in a blue moon, somebody get a case of food poisoning, eat some bad food at a restaurant, but it is not natural. Yes, probably this hole right here. Let me take a look. Yeah, with the dog, bitch. Yeah, bitch. You're done, horror. It's not natural. So we begin to say, since people don't believe you, they're looking at you some kind of way, you just begin to realize like, okay, well, I know what I know. So I'm paying attention. I'm paying attention now. There's something wrong with these people, and that's the bottom line. I don't give a fuck who, what, where, or why. And so now I'm paying attention. Mary. But guess, listen, Mary's not the only one. Don't trip. This is several Walmart shoppers. Don't trip. They're not the only one. There's a gentleman with tattoos that I actually met outside one day. He's one of them. He's also the same gentleman that showed up at this coffee shop that I go to that's not far from my son's unit. And he was walking around very nervously and agitatedly. He didn't know if I remembered him or not, if I recognized him. They do so many spells, most of the time they're, thinking they're trying to fuck with, they don't know who they're dealing with yet. But I did know. They're going to though. It's okay. They're not as slick as they think. They say to themselves, well, they don't have any other option. This is going to be our ticket. You know, we stole the disabled man's EBT card with our raggedy ass. We stole that. We have inside track with the postal service, and we're friends with our delivery person. So, you know, we can make an issue with the mail delivery. If they do the replacement card, then, you know, depending on when they do it, they're going to be missing out on being able to get the food. Or if even if they do it later, then, you know, we can play with that. So this is going to kind of like force them to have to deal with that, which means this is our ticket. This is going to be our ticket to poison them. Wrong whore. Wrong slut. Wrong retard. This is going to be your ticket to losing your life. This is going to be your ticket to losing your job. This is going to be your ticket to getting your ass caught up because of your obsessions with coming for me and my son's life. It's as simple as that. Because guess what? I reported it on the Walmart app. Not that it's going to mean shit on that end, but I am creating a trail, aren't I? I'm creating a trail. So I'm taking pictures and evaluating groceries upon delivery. And when there's things with seals being broken, I am taking pictures of that and I am submitting the official complaint. And that's going to be used with a greater matter. Because it's not that Walmart is going to do anything. Walmart and this whole shopping cart shit, they hire anybody with a vehicle. That's your only requirement, a car. So meth heads, crackheads, homeless people, criminals, stalkers, psychotics who have it in for somebody and would love the opportunity to use their job as a shopper to play games. Oh, they've been doing this, honey. They've been doing this whole time. And this is something that's happened globally. This is what they do. Now, remember, they target individuals, so that's folks like my son. Now, think about it. Play with this outside of me. Separate me from it, if you can do that. This is something that they're doing to all whoever they're targeting for whatever the reason they are. So when they are trying to take advantage of situations and make shit look like tragedies and accidents and make shit look like it was just a freak in nature or just a happenstance. Oh, they just got something poisonous and who gave them the food? How did they, okay. Where did the food come from? They do one of two things. They attempt to make it look like it's just an accident or to make it look like the targeted's caretaker, if the caretaker is a target, to make it look like it's something that's on their negligence or something that they themselves did. This is a part of this coercive control. This is a part of this RICO shit. This is a part of what they do to hide it from the world that is who they are and what they're doing. Because to the world, it makes it seem like this person is just tripping, paranoid, and crazy. Ain't nobody doing nothing to them, but that is a lie. They're utilizing the standard services of society that people are reliant upon when their other resources have been restricted. And they're exploiting that. And it's as simple the fuck as that. They're not as slick as they think they are. It's not the first time. The gentleman that I'm talking about a few weeks back, he tampered with a bottle of caramel syrup. That the seal that's supposed to be over it was off. So what are they doing? They're tampering with a lot of liquid products, because they could put things in there. And if you drink it, if you touch it, it just depends on what they're putting in there. This time they did it to the vinegar. And the reason why they possibly chose the vinegar is because they know that I use vinegar. These are people that stalk my social media, or they hold bag, trash bag friends do, one way or the other. Yeah. Uh-huh. And so they watch my videos. They're watching me share certain things so that they can basically strategize of ways to attack me. So exploiting what I do on a collective scale as a teacher, as a reader, and then utilizing that, okay, so when they grocery shop, we can use those things because we know for sure that they're going to use these things. So we can put our poison in that. We can put our poison in their ammonia. We can put our poison in the vinegar. We can put the poison in the things that they're going to be using to cleanse. Whether the goal is to unaliven or simply weaken and sicken, either way, that's premeditated attempted murder. Woo! And they shit. They gonna lose it. Yeah. Premeditated attempted murder, passive aggressive, coercive control. Okay, no touch terrorism, then we're going to tamper with their groceries because they rely on using the delivery service. They're using the delivery service because we stole the disabled person's EBT card. So even if they wanted to get up and go and walk and shop for themselves, right now they can't. And so this might be our window of opportunity to put curses on bags, chant on bags, sprinkle shit in bags, put shit inside of shit. And I am fully aware that they have done all of those things. Mind you, I'm going to say this again. My son is an adult disabled and haven't harmed a hair. Haven't done nothing to none of these sorry sacks of shit, wastes of skin, shit for brains, motherfuckers. They look at him as commissary, and I'm going to make them pay for that. But see, here's my point. Now, what if I wasn't mindful? See, I'm going to make the world hear me, and I'm going to make the world pay attention one way or the other. What if I wasn't as a mindful person as I am? What if I wasn't paying attention? What if I wasn't here and my son had to get his own groceries off of his doorstep? What if I wasn't here? And what if he just starts to grab stuff, eat stuff, pour stuff, use stuff? And see, that would have worked into their plans, of course, because then it would have seemed like something of some kind of negligence on my part as I'm out and about doing whatever, or wherever I'm laying my head or whatever. It would have played right into their hands, sicken him so they can continue to do spells, because in a weakened and sickened state, and when they're asleep, that is when they're most susceptible to these trashy hoes and nigga shit. They quiet now, huh? How come you're not bumping upstairs? You've been bumping all morning. How come you're not bumping? 6206. You've been bumping all morning. In between your spell casting. In between your walking up and down the stairs and doing shit, or sending your little trashy motherfuckers to do it. Why are you quiet? Why don't I hear you right now? Did you leave when you discovered I came on live, and about 4 of you running out into your cars? Or are you just sitting in a state of shock? Because I am that tapped in. Because I don't look the part, and because I don't give way to what I know all the time, and it's a reason for that. They the same shit all day, every day. Whether I'm on these premises or not, they're doing the same shit all day, every day. Now I got the surveillance to back it up. I wasn't supposed to know. I was supposed to just use some vinegar to cleanse the space. And I was supposed to just be so distraught and so wrought up and tired, but that's not my energy anymore. They have not gotten the memo yet, but that's okay. That's not my energy anymore. I know what they're doing, but that's just not my energy no more, though. I'm not so wrought up and dizzy from their shit. Their shit is weak. My team is whooping ass, too. It ain't like that no more. I'm just dealing with this shit. It's happening. It happens, and I deal with it. And I mean, that's really what it is. I deal with it, but I'm not overtaken by it, though. I'm not overwhelmed by it. Most of the time, I'm laughing. Yep, you heard it correctly. When they doing this shit, and I can sense the energy shift in this apartment. I can sense the energy shift with my son. When I see clearly the trashy shit that they've been doing since forever, I start laughing. Because I'm like, they need a fucking new spell book. Bored. Same old, same old. Attack her son, the driver insane, the driver mad. And then they mad when they son and they daughters and they this and that start getting fucked. They up there now. One of them at least. There's one of them up there creeping around. There they go. That's what I'm talking about. The shock is wearing off now. Mary. Who are you connected to, Mary, delivery person? Are you somebody done fucked? Are you one of the pygmishas on the roster, Mary? Are you a friend of 6206, Mary? Who are you connected to? Someone in the office? Who are you connected to, Mary? As to why you allowed yourself to participate in the bullshit. So for the rest of the world, listen, I'm a school you. Like I said, I'm going to make the world hear it. This is what they're doing. Beaumont, Texas, but they're doing it all over the U.S., so don't get it twisted. But this is what they're doing as it pertains to my son and me. So for you others out there that are watching that has no connection whatsoever to this shit, I invite you to first and foremost do some research about what I am saying to you. But just know and understand that there are people on this property that are directly involved with just that. Namely, in the same building my son resides in. And it's beyond that, but I'm narrowing it down because it goes to Silsby. I can go there with you. Okay? Now, this is what they do. So that's called coercive control. If you're not privy. And then they take advantage of those situations because, again, to attempt to sicken me or my son for a public display of something. And in order to slip their way in, do with the things that they've been doing, they're going to pay for this. As of now, actually, some of them possibly are. They continue and continue to try this shit, no matter who start dropping like flies in their life, no matter what jobs people start to lose, no matter what seemed to happen, it's like idiocy. See, they hope that folks like me won't say anything, or that if we do, that they try so hard to make sure that our character, or that we come off in a certain way by way of the coercive control and the covert abuse behind the scene, so that by the time we're saying something that people basically just think that we're paranoid. Because they're pro-liars. These are people that are pathological, so they can pass a lie detector test and they can sit there and stare you square in the eye, knowing full well they attempted to poison somebody, that they put some weird foreign shit, they tampered with something, and look you square in the eye and say, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand. I don't even have that kind of time. I'm a mother, I wouldn't dare do such a thing. I wouldn't want anything to happen to my child. So I wouldn't dare tamper with somebody's groceries, and their children could possibly, get a hold of that. I think they're stressed out. I think they're just crazy. Maybe it's because they do the tarot, that they're. I'm going to kick up enough dust everywhere. I never put all of my eggs in one basket because I don't trust one basket, especially when the baskets have been prone to be criminals themselves. And I'm gonna put a warning out there to Walmart shoppers, Kmart, whatever the fuck it's called, delivery motherfuckers, shoppers and delivery motherfuckers. I want you to hear me and hear me good. Do you like your life? I'm helping you. Do you understand? Do you understand? Don't take this the wrong way. This is actually a kindness on my part. I'm doing you a kindness. You like your life? I don't care who you know and how you know and why you know and who's coming to you presenting some hocus pocus, bogus, twisted, distorted story of me. I'm giving you your shot before it's too late for you. Do you like your life? Do you care about your children if you have any? Do you like your children? Do you care about their health and well-being and their future? You like that vehicle you driving? You like your life? You like your little setup in life? Do you like it? Do you want to keep it that way? You want to keep little Susie's life safe? Little tiny Tim? You want to keep yours? These are all fair questions. I am paying you a kindness. It's something to reflect on as Joe Schmo or Josephine Schmo come to you with some bogus ass shit, getting you involved in something that you might not be able to recover from. I don't care if it is your bestie. Your bestie can cost you. I highly suggest you get your head on straight. Okay, boom. As I was saying, bitch. Okay? Huh? Anyway. Because the shit the battery went dead, motherfuckers. But let me just get off of that because they're not even really worth talking to. That was a kindness that I am extending to Walmart shoppers and delivery people in Beaumont, Texas. Okay, I don't really care. If you don't want to take the job, I don't know how the program works, but you can decline a job. Okay, I don't know how the ins and outs in terms of if it gives you a reveal of the client or not. Okay, however, my whole point, you know what I'm saying? My whole point is this: as it pertains to Delta Manor, my son's unit, y'all know where that at. Okay, as it pertains to that, I'm gonna tell you something. Okay, if you decide to take the job and complete it, because some of you play the game and you'll do the shopping and then you'll just stop all of a sudden, and you'll play like shit ain't there and do all that. I know about your weak ass shit. Ain't nobody stupid. Like I said, ain't none of them as slick as they think they are. So I highly recommend, okay, I would be meditating on the importance of my life and my churn and everything that matters to me before I'm worrying about my loyalty to some cunt that's possibly giving you the half truth or possibly lying to you altogether. Before you start participating in federal offenses and possibly get caught up on charges with premeditated murder, premeditated attempted murder. Because, let me tell you something. I'm just going to set the record straight for people that's a little slow in this respect. Ain't no legitimate federal officer going to have you attempt to tamper with somebody else's health and well-being. And I said it the way I said it for a reason. No legitimate, integral, upright federal agent. You understand? So I don't care what badge they flashing and where they claim to be from. No integral agent is going to tell you to put any kind of poisonous substance whatsoever. I don't care if it's just to make the person sick. They're not going to do that. They're going to do their own damn jobs. They're not going to send somebody in to put some shit, because that's not due process. That's not the Constitution. Those things are reserved for actual terrorists, not somebody that they don't like because they don't like. So don't tell me that shit. Y'all might as well stop pretending like you're on some kind, you got a legitimate job. You do not have a legitimate job. You're a fuck. You're a fake fuck. You're a fuck nut. That is not a legitimate job. I don't care if they offering on a website. That's the dark web. You're a sorry fuck if you think that any reputable business company or reputable government agent will be hiring you to cause harm to somebody. You're a sorry fuck. And your fine ass truck ain't gonna change that. So as I said, consider yourself, you were given a kindness, because I can tell you right now, the next motherfucker delivers some shit to my son's unit and I see anything tampered with They're not going to have to worry about just them losing their job. Let's just say that.